Hello everybody, and welcome. I am the Beta Plan, and this is Europa Universalis 4, in which we find ourselves after a new expansion. An expansion, Leviathan, that actually kind of focuses on something that we already played as in Australia. As you can now see, they've added all kinds of new little tribes and stuff to both New Zealand as well as Australia. Having said that, some people said, like, hey, you should really play there again. And I'm like, no, I already played that, and I can try the same thing with the tribe that is good for that, but yeah, in the end, it doesn't really feel like that is all that more different than what I've done before, and I'd like to show you something different, a alternative plan. And my alternative plan actually focuses on a territory that people are probably well familiar with, but I tend to see, still a lot of gameplay in Europe, and I'm gonna focus on Russia, but not on the powerhouse that is Muscovy. Everybody knows Muscovy has the best papers, if you will, to forming Russia. And if you play with Novgorod, you will get some seriously bad events coming your way, which is, I would say, almost very crippling, but it is. I have seen someone do it and being able to, as Novgorod, overcome Muscovy. But there was only two powerhouses that start here, and I don't want to play as either of them. I want to play as Ryazan, which you probably already knew from the, heck from the title. I'm setting myself up for defeat here. I've never played as Ryazan in the beginning. I don't know if this is ever gonna work. I don't know if this idea is really, really dumb, and it partially is. I know what this is. But I want to try something different. We're the Beta Plan for a reason. Then a thing that I have to address because I'm playing as this, I do not use Third Rome. I have looked up a little bit about what people think of Third Rome, and overall the, how shall I put it? People say if you're playing in Russia, it's kind of nice, but it's a lot of money for what it's worth, and you don't really need it to do the things I want to do. What does it do? It makes it easier to colonize Siberia, because you don't need a colonist anymore. You have a free way to do it. Cool. But you're trying to make the game easier for me. That's really needed. Another thing is, they've added the ability to make metropolitans, so Orthodox territories, into an area that will help you with your Orthodox faith, in which you can use them to get iconography, which will give you for 20 years a bonus. Also, don't really need that. I don't need more bonuses. I mean, I don't need to make the game easier for me. I'm not saying that I'm a good at Europa Universalis 4, but I tend to be good enough. But I want a challenge. I don't really need these things. The thing that I dislike the most is that I don't have new Russian missions. But yes, I'm gonna play it without them, because people said it's not that good. So we are going to play as Roaring Ryazan, and we are going to try and form Russia out of Ryazan, instead out of Muscovy. This means Muscovy will become my enemy at some point. Right now, however, that's not exactly what we want to do. Right now, we are really happy to have them at our side, if we can swing it that way. One of the things, of course, is we are the same dynasty. We're both Rurikovich, so that is excellent. I can put you as my rival, which is excellent, because I want to conquer you. This is one of the expansion ways. It's not part of Muscovy, so it's pretty easy for us to say, alright, we're gonna make immediately a spy network here, trying to get that on our side. Of course, we all have the Orthodox religion. That means that a lot of the Lithuanian territory, which Muscovy tends to go for, is pretty good expansion territory for us. That's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and attack Lithuania with the aid of Muscovy. This all means that I need to get an alliance. Right now, they're absolutely not for it. So, I don't know if we can manage that, but we'll have to see. I don't want to ally with Novgorod, though, because Novgorod and Muscovy tend to go head to head. The other idea that we could do is Denmark, in my opinion. But that depends on whether they, they have now Muscovy as a rival, not Poland. They tend to rival Poland a lot. The other thing, of course, is the Great Horde. Also a decent expansion for us, at least for some territory. Right now we own Yelet, which actually is Sunni, but we can't convert it. So that is a bit of a problem. We're probably gonna go religious ideas. I tend to love humanist ideas, but we're probably gonna go religious. It's gonna be all kinds of interesting. What do we have? We have moral of armies, that's really bad. Missionary strength, cool, but that's not even enough to change this. Because also non-accepted culture. So we have provincial unrest, personal union on death with Muscovy. Right. Not a good idea. Can't offer... Yeah, Tver is another person that is interesting for me to talk to. They don't have an ally yet. That is a small ally, but well, an ally that will give us a little bit of a bump. Now, what is our unit maximum? 9. We really need to build up to that. And we're going to dismiss you, because you're too expensive to maintain. So... 4, please. That should build us up to our force limits. Our missions are currently very plain. Because we are not a nation that Paradox Interactive expects you to play. Muscovy itself should have... there is a way to see the missions of another person, isn't there? Oh, or is that only when you have them as a vassal? Another possible problem, of course, is that we don't have a lot of crown lands, but this should help. I do, by the way, have the Cossacks expansion, so we do have Cossacks going on. So let's just hit this. Base tax at Yelets is 5. I don't want to do that, because I don't want to increase the area before we have trouble. 2 privileges currently gained to the Cossacks. Ooh, no, not 2. Guess further prestige? Don't know how we're gonna get that exactly, but let's just try and do that. And let's take away some crown lands. And that should all work out right at this moment. So cavalry combat has been increased, of course, because we have the Cossacks. Yearly armor tradition and leader shock. This one I do like. Recruit Cossack leaders. All steppe province. Well, we'll have to see. Right now, I just really want to have some income, so I'm depleting my armies. And because I would love to get the tech quick enough to get myself a little bit of an idea group, we're going to focus on administration. And we're going to crank up the speed. Roaring Ryazan. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can get some ideas. Oh, crud! They allied with with our opponent. That's not what I had hoped for, to say the least. I do feel threatened by them. You're allied with Lithuania. And they're guaranteeing the independence. Yeah, that is no bueno. They're also guaranteeing they're also guaranteeing us. Offer to become tributary state of the Great Horde. I'm gonna decline that. I mean, we can definitely use... I'm still gonna fabricate here. I already said no. So, the second time around, it's probably still gonna be no. There we go. Build at least up to force limit. Give us a little bit more income. Not worthy to mention, but also at least undoes that Craven trait. So this is a little bit of an issue. Do we want to try and Tver then? Sorry, Novgorod, to see if that will work. I don't want to, because Muscovy is going to go to war with them and they're going to win. We need another ally. To say you have only 2 people, and the problem is they have Tvere's 3. And they've lowered their the amount of soldiers they have incredibly. Fyodoro way down in the south. Is let me do this a little differently. Although I doubt I can find someone. One is willing to get an alliance. Fyodoro, yeah. I don't think so. Fyodoro. Time to teach him how to wage war. Okay, so France and England go to war. A common thing. Now, if it's correct nowadays, Novgorod does have claims indeed on Muscovy. Because that is part of the, free DLC that came when they updated this thing. So there is still a way for Novgorod to expand. In fact, Novgorod has more claims, on Muscovy than Muscovy has on Novgorod. So that's kind of interesting. Like, they have 1 core here. And this is a claim. They have claims on Tvera, so that's why it's a little dangerous to ally them, but... we need a Jagiellon. Okay, so make Lithuania a junior partner. So that should stop Lithuania being pesky about you. Which means that we should now do the first thing that we need to do in order to get this war going. Build up our troops. If we're gonna have to take out a loan, we're gonna take out a loan. That is just a thing that's gonna happen. Ta-da! Muscovy changed themselves to being friendly. I've seen Ryazan ally with them before. I don't know what makes it so that at a certain point Muscovy is willing to do that. But this is our ticket. Muscovy is willing to come to war if we grant land? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I really want to... Ooh. We've got ourselves an heir to the throne. Ivan. It's not great. He's a 2-3-3. But at least he has a strong claim. I mean, 3-3-3 is about average. I mean, 6-6-6 is the top. So you would say that 3.5 is the average, and that you would have at least have 1-4 to be an average player, like our queen. But I have the feeling that rolling a 6 is not an equal chance of rolling something lower. So I am gonna go with that. This is a decent heir. He's not great, but he's not horrible. So I'm just gonna go with it, and at least it has prevented us from having a personal union. So we're gonna declare war now. And hopefully we can... Oh, I forgot one important thing that I should have done. We're gonna do that right now. Yes, absolutely. We will accept that marriage. Gonna do this. Oh, hold on. You need, I assume, four whole troops. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna move the other ones around so we pay less for our troops. There you go. Let's do this way so that if I do it this way, you will only pay cost for the reimbursement of this regiment. And you saw that we went from minus to positive. So that's pretty good. But I forgot one important thing. We would like to roll a general. He has a siege pip. That is all I wanted. He has a siege pip. I don't give a hoot on the other levels. A siege pip is all that we needed. Now we can put you out again, and he is over there. My apologies, that was a little bit of a mistake. Now, Tver over here, I don't know if we can make claim. We cannot make claims on them, but if we can grab something of them. If we can get something out of them in this war. But first, I just really want to focus on getting these guys down. Tver will build up its units. He now has 6. So we should be careful about that. Our We could do a call to arms, but... Promised Odavan land. No, 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 no. No, I'm not promising you any land. We need this land. In fact, what we need to do is now make claims on Lithuania. Because that is the other way we can expand. At least to get Orthodox territory that won't give us as much trouble than if we expand to the south. So I am actually going to send a covert action over... Oh, sorry, of course, now that they're junior partner of Poland. We have to go to Poland. And because of our status, of course, we only have 2 diplomats. So this is far from an easy task. But I think we can win this war with relatively good amount of people. They tell us the Great Bullion Famine. Standard thing. Standard thing, we knew that was gonna happen. 35%. Darn it. I am not okay with... 7k rebels is a problem. I'm still gonna do the suppressed rebels. So the chance that they will rebel is now pretty high. Alright, so... done that. Now that we've done that, I've failed to do one thing that is kind of important. Access actions. Ask for military access. Thank you very much. Because that allows us to move towards the Tver. Who apparently has 11k troops? Oh, shoot. I thought I was... Maybe I should not have done that. Let the Holy Church be. See, and with the advantage with our general, apparently their general doesn't have a siege pip, and he doesn't. Our siege progress actually goes faster than theirs, so we may still be able to do this, although this might have been a slight mistake. Also, I noticed something here. Muscovy has already gone to war with Novgorod, and they're doing well. If Muscovy expands this way, that is understandable. We're just gonna go towards Lithuania. They won't form Russia if we grab certain parts of Lithuania. They need certain parts of Lithuania to form Russia. So if we are able to grab those, then it's a point of making the right alliances and knowing when it is time to hit the button, when to trigger it. Now Ryazan has an interesting, of course I could have also played as the Tver for instance, but the idea groups of Ryazan is why I wanted to try them. Now we have Ryazan ideas, which immediately gives us additional manpower and land force limit modifier. Even more cavalry power, manpower, recovery speed. All of the first 3 are all about manpower. Production efficiency a little less, but and then there's again monthly war exhaustion down and another time combat modifier. Core creation cost, advisor cost, that is alright, but and minus unrest and additional more of armies. Well, the recovery of it, not in general. So. And when you finish everything, then you get the true buff. So Ryazan is really good in its ideas when it comes to combat, and that is actually where we have a thing. Whereas in the Tverian traditions, I don't know if I can show them right now, but you can see that the first one is a trade thing, and only at the end comes the land force limit modifier. But we already have a 7% chance to break the gates. Where here they fail, so we should be quite happy to continue. Gonna leave my diplomat available because I really want to be able to totally peace out here and not get into trouble. Some Novgorod troops moving down here. There's already a peace offer, but we should have... We are 49%, they're still at minus 14, so they can't win the siege as we can. This is a 100% war score. Now it's time to sue for peace. I cannot court this because I cannot make it a core. But, can I make him a vassal? That I can do. So Tver becomes a vassal, and we get the capital of Ordulf. That is a big boon. And let's just take a little bit of money just because we can. Now, understandably, this is not gonna be a happy vassal anytime soon. And there is the Great Horde that we can now rival. Of course, the Great Horde not so happy with us, and we are it's gonna be interesting. But these guys, we need an army to be very high, improve relationships, and we are going to take anything that is Ryazan, because that is our main culture, and Lithuania owns territory of Ryazanian territories. So we want to grab those, add them to our country, and then see what we can do. Tver is going to be a vassal of ours for a very, very long time, because we can only start doing something about this once we attack Muscovy. That's going to take some serious amount of time before that actually happens. Yeah, our vassal, of course, is utterly annoyed with us. We were at war, we force vassalized them. Their liberty desire is through the roof. The best thing we can do in order to help them out is either placate local rulers, but that's going to cost us prestige, and we don't have that amount of prestige actually. Relatively power to us. Yeah, well, that should improve once we are... yeah, there it is. Now that he drops his armies. 50 only. And we are not gonna drop our armies. In fact, I am planning on keeping up the current... hold on. Oh, that is really annoying. Want your subjects provinces. Oh, I did not realize that that was gonna happen. Oh boy, howdy. Dang. Did not see that one coming. You're allied with Ireland. Your opinion of me is pretty poor. I'm allied to rival. No, I'm no longer allied to rival. That's the whole point why I am now going... Whoops. Perhaps taking Tver was a step too far. Oh, Muscovy. Why, oh why? Once your subject provinces is a minus 200? Normally I haven't seen be that powerful. Yeah, they cancelled the military access to us. That's understandable. I'm actually gonna take this national epic, trying to get our prestige to go up. Oh boy. 45% liberty desire at least. At least they are now loyal. We need an ally. Who hates Muscovy? Novgorod, of course, but Kazan. I doubt you will take an alliance with me. Well, you do also hate the Great Horde, so that is actually a bonus to us. You have 13k troops, which is close to Muscovy. Though Muscovy is now going to expand rapidly. Maybe we should talk to Kazan. I'm gonna make one more claim on Lithuania over here. I'd hoped to use Muscovy in an attack on Lithuania, but maybe that Tver deal was wrong. Maybe my opening was right except for taking Tver. Because Muscovy can have that, if I can have the Russian, if I can have Lithuanian territories in principle. Here goes Muscovy. Now he owns only on -4. They want Kashan instead of -200. See, then breaking of the alliance is just really short. Maybe we can reinstate this alliance. Maybe that is a possibility. Just waiting for this claim to finish. Oh dear. That is indeed a bad omen. I'm gonna stay at -1 stability for a moment. I mean, this rebellion is gonna pop anyways. I don't want to lower the troops because we have a big revolt chance. There's the alliance offer again of Muscovy. Okay, so Muscovy just broke it and reinstated it. That was a split scary moment for a few seconds there. That was woof. That was okay, the question is now, unfortunately, I think probably our favors got reset. I don't know if that did or did not get reset. I should have actually checked that. But that makes it now more possible for Poland to attack with Poland. Well, if we get 10 favors, that's when we attack on Poland. Well, actually, we won't attack there. We will declare on Lithuania. So I think with that harrowing experience, let's see which one we want. Do we want to cut off the Great Horde? It doesn't matter. Both are Chernigov territories. This has higher autonomy for some reason. Let's just grab this one because I think to form Russia, form a Russian nation. One of the following must do too. Owns core province Tver, so they don't have that. Nizhny Novgorod and Vladimir. Vladimir lies there. Oh dear, they've got a lot. I thought they need some terrain of... Tver, Yaroslav. Oh, I thought they also needed the terrain from Lithuania. I guess they don't, so we needed to vassalize these guys, because now it's about Tver. As long as they don't have Tver, they can't form it. I thought they needed the land of Lithuania, but I guess they didn't. Well, let us just have the timer a little bit further and see what we can do. Tver should become more and more loyal. Yeah, then their opinion of us is... Oh, boy howdy. We'll lose the legitimacy in this case. I mean, I did the national epic to gain... Do we want to make another claim? I mean, I'm already at 3.85. Spy detection in Poland, minus 0.5. Do you mean that you are good in spy detection for some reason? No, from Poland. Sorry, here. No, he's a scholar and he's incorruptible. Not sure about that. Do I want to make another claim? I mean, our aggressive expansion, we should be a bit careful with it. But I also really want to improve my... Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry for this late switch, but I really ought to do this. Let's just offer military access early, because that gives them just a +10 boost without any sort of trouble. Novgorod now hates us, which is fine. They hate us for aggressive expansion. And now that this happened, and now that Muscovy has won their first war, boom! Now they gain all the claims over Novgorod. And that's permanent claims, because they've got a mission for that. And now we go to... I want two things. I want to first improve the alliance. Improve relations. At a certain point, I also would want to have military access. Permanent through the territories, otherwise I can't reach the fair. And that may be needed. So what we're gonna do is... Now it's the 1st of March. Gonna say, hey, ask for military access. Thank you so much. And then we're gonna go back to you to improve relations. And that is going to be our shtick for a moment until we gain 10 favors. I say I'm gonna end the episode here, and I'm gonna come back to you when I have 10 favors to attack Lithuania allied with Muscovy. We need expansion first in order to become big enough to actually move on Muscovy and find different allies to aid us with that. When Muscovy becomes bigger, they make more enemies. At a certain point, that will be an interesting enemy, like for instance, indeed, there it is, Denmark. And that should be then a country that we may want to consider. If Denmark holds on to Sweden and they hold the Hallmark Union in place, then everything is bueno. Otherwise, But yeah, I want to attack Poland quickly before they have a chance, for instance, to smash the Teutonic Order and win parts of their lands. Besides, their current allies are the Palatinate and Anhalt. Now, Anhalt is a one province minor, and the Palatinate is 2 provinces? Oh, that's Bohemia where we're now going. Palatinate. No, 4. Ooh, Palatinate is big. Bigger than I thought. How many men do you have, Palatinate? 5k, not that much. But Poland has 18. 9 for Lithuania. You have 15. I have 9 too. This is not going to be easy war. It's not going to be an easy war, but hopefully it will be good enough. They have to wait until they have 10 favors anyway, then they should have cored a little bit more. Now that should mean that they could have a larger army. Provincial unrest. I don't think this is going to be a big problem. There are 7k, we have 9k, we have a general. What we should do is drill though. Yes, and with that I'm going to end the episode. I say I thank you for watching, and hopefully you're excited for this. And until the next time. And in the meantime, remember, great peril yields great beauty.